Question for 7. Is it awkward to edit the portions of the video where your parents talk about sex and other intimate matters?
We are the Crawfords. We have 6 kids and are hiking the Appalachian Trail, a 2,200-mile hike from Georgia to Maine. We don't know if we can finish it, but we are doing it together.
We did 15.7 miles today, and we made it to a shelter, and now we're going to do a Q&A with the kids. Starscream Live asks, question for 7. Is it awkward to edit the portions of the video where your parents talk about sex and other intimate matters?
In general, I usually don't edit the talking vlogs. I just leave that to my dad. But it's a little normal to us, so no, it's not that awkward.
Kayla asks, how is trail life for you guys all together? Do you just wish you were back home at this point, or do you really enjoy it and want to keep going all the way? Now it seems worth it for us to continue, like we're not that far away from Katahdin, from the end, so yeah.
Yeah, now it feels like we're closer to the end than we are to where we started, so that's encouraging, and that makes me want to just finish it.
Carrie asked Dove, have you thought about what type of career you want to do in the future and what university you want to attend?
I have thought about that, and right now I'm pretty interested in photography. I don't think I would be going to college for that if I wanted to pursue that career option, but I'm open to the idea of college.
AB Fabs 22, do you all think this experience has brought you all closer? Do you feel like you know your brothers and sisters better? Or are you glad your parents had you to do the trail?
That's big questions. With the experience bringing us closer, I think yes, definitely. I don't really feel like I know you guys better. I feel like I kind of already, there wasn't much more to know.
Yeah.
I'm not sure yet if I'm glad that my parents brought me on the trail. I think it's mostly for like memories, I guess, so like when I get older I'll see.
Okay, Blue Line Strong asks, in regards to your older kids, have they discovered anything about themselves that they were not aware of before, and or have they realized any big changes within themselves just thus far?
I feel like I'd have to go home and see like, oh, I had this before, like,
yeah,
I don't know. Right now I kind of just feel like,
yeah, that's a good point. I think
maybe a little bit tougher.
Nothing like super, I mean, of course, I think this has made us stronger, but yeah, I think we'd have to go home to really see anything.
Yeah, I mean, of course, like, we haven't noticed any change because it's, like, too slow. Like, but, yeah, I guess we would have to ask people who we haven't seen in a while.
Tammy asks, I, among many others, have commented on your amazing behavior, maturity, determination, and perseverance as compared with most kids these days. What do you think when you read these comments? A little surprised at the maturity part. I guess to the camera we're pretty mature, and maybe like off camera, but I don't know, that's encouraging, at least for me, because I don't know, so that's...
We don't get graded.
Yeah, we don't get graded.
It's encouraging. I've actually, along the trail, I've met like a lot of mature kids. At least what I think is mature.
Yeah.
But yeah, so.
Yeah, I think that's really encouraging because, like you said, we don't really get graded, so it's kind of hard to know. Not that we need to know, but it's like, oh, well, that's really nice and encouraging to know that, or think that these people think that we're mature and I don't know.
Have good behavior.
Yeah,
some people on the trail are just like, your kids are really well behaved, and that's a little interesting to hear because we don't know.
There's so many different levels of what you'd call mature, like, of like your grades or just like your personality. Joanne Beltre, what is the most important lesson you have learned hiking the AT?
I think just to stick with something hard and like not quit on a bad day and not just sticking with it through all the hard stuff. Sorry.
One of the things that I think I've learned a lot more is, like, you really never know what's going to happen. Like, one moment you're just walking along, like, thinking you're going to be in a tent, and the next moment you're, like, in a car with AC and music, and, like, the whole woods are flashing by, and you're going to go to a hotel or at someone's house. And that, to me, is kind of crazy. It's just, like, really spontaneous out here.
For me, there's been like a lot of like lessons that were equally important to each other. Like, think about others before you think about yourself, and then your hunger could be deceiving to your eyes. And I always hike with someone else, because one time I got lost with Rainier, and that was a huge problem.
I think we've also learned a lot to just take whatever is thrown at us and learn to deal with it and like accept it and learn to be flexible through whatever happens. Like Eden said, like one moment you could be having the worst or best time of your life, and then all of a sudden like you get whisked away to a hotel or like a thunderstorm starts.
Also, like, I think we've learned that, like, instead of just trying to get yourself to the end, you kind of have to help other people, because it's not going to really move the group along if you just...
Yeah, I think we really learned that with taking turns with Rainier, because just my dad carrying him, and it didn't matter how far we got because we always had to wait for him, and so yeah, that was a big lesson to learn.
Another big lesson is how much you appreciate things on the trail. Like, when we first started out on the trail, it was freezing cold, and when we went to hotels, it was like we were like really appreciative of everything, like all the food, the heat system, and all those things, like the towns and everything. Dance677 asks, what has been your worst day on the trail?
There's a lot of them.
My worst day was the first day. Leaving everyone was really rough, and then hiking up to Springer, and then just going back down thinking we only did 1 mile even though it was really 2, in the pouring rain, and just seeing the entire trail go down and we've only done 1 mile was a bad start for me.
Yeah, that there's been a couple really bad days. That was probably one of them.
My worst days, which is actually more like a worst night, was we were hiking, we didn't really know where we were going to camp, and it just started pouring. We found kind of like a campsite, and everything was wet. It was pretty... I feel like whenever it rains, it just sucks.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, whenever it rains and it's like really warm, oh, I really don't like those days. And my other worst, there's been 2 days where we've left my grandma and grandpa, and those have been terrible days. That day, and then like 2 days after that day is normally pretty bad.
Most of the days it snowed and all the cold days, mostly like at nighttime and in the morning. They're all like the worst days.
And then the second question is, what has been your favorite day on the Appalachian Trail? One of my favorite days is probably just like, in the cold, my dad was just like, should we go to a town? And we were like, what? And then we just came down to a parking lot and then just like hopped in someone's car who let a family of 8 jump in and then just drove us to a town. And that transition was just so quick. And like, it was like too fast for us, you know, it was just crazy. And that was an amazing day. And then there's many others, but that was probably a really cool experience for me.
It's a little bit hard to like put it in just days, but like different parts of the day. There's this one part of this day that was like, someone invited us to have breakfast at their house. They made lattes for us like the whole time. And we had an amazing breakfast, and the rest of that day was pretty great too.
I really liked, I think it was my mom's birthday. We just got into Damascus and someone brought us lunch. We did like a pretty good amount of miles before lunch, and then we got to stay at someone's house. It was kind of like a Nero, and that was pretty cool.
I have 2 main days. The first day we were heading to someone's house, we did a pretty good amount of miles. We got there. We had never stayed at anyone's house before, and it was just really awesome. They had bought us a bunch of food and had it on their table, and it just was so welcoming. And that's just, yeah, that's stuck in my mind. Another day is yesterday. Was really good. It might just be because it's like fresh in my mind, but I just feel like it was really fun. We did like almost 18 miles, but didn't feel that tired. We slack packed, we had pizza, hung out with friends afterwards. I don't know, that was a really fun day for me.
And there's still a lot more fun days that I can't remember right now, but
and probably the last day will be the funnest. Grasshopper asks, could you see yourselves hiking the trail without the family when you are older? If so, in your opinion, okay, could you see yourselves hiking the trail without the family when you're older?
Yeah.
If we didn't hike the trail as a family, I probably actually would have hiked a trail, but like, I feel like I've done my fair share of backpacking.
Yes, I could see myself, but like, I don't know if you mean like envision myself, but no, I wouldn't probably do
I
that.
cannot see myself. I don't think I'll ever come back here unless it's for like a day hike picnic, and then I'll laugh at all the thru hikers because I'm glad I'm not them.
I would come with you on that picnic and sympathize with all the thru hikers. That wet, pitiful.
Maybe I do trail magic.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Not to like thru hike it, and definitely not alone. If I were to do it, I could see myself
go there.
I definitely want to do like other trails, not this long, but there's the Wonderland Trail that we did in Seattle. I would definitely want to do like many more times, but
So it's just too long.
Ashley B asks, do any of you feel like your job on the trail is unfair or harder in comparison to others' jobs?
We've gotten it to where the jobs are the most evenly distributed as they can be. That's how I feel. I think like Seven said, like he has to edit and stuff, but he also has to do that at home, so it's kind of a trail job, but it's also kind of not. And yeah, I don't know.
It's also like, it's not really who did the most or stuff, or who's doing the most. It's more like who can do it the best or the soonest, or
Who can learn to do it?
yeah, I don't know.
I feel like
Who's able to do it.
we're far enough in the trail where like the jobs, we're not even looking at anyone else's jobs. It's just like we're like so used to doing them, and so like we've done them so many times that it's like you have your job and I have mine.
And kind of all the jobs suck, so it's not really like, oh, I wish I had that job, or it's kind of
exactly.
just like, hey,
well, to replace it, you know.
Do you all enjoy your responsibilities on the trail?
I don't enjoy any of mine just because, you know.
I enjoy seeing like how I can do things faster and better over time. I don't really enjoy doing it, but
Yeah,
I don't really enjoy well, none of them are really enjoyable out here, so.
I mean, it's not like I like doing stuff at home. Like, oh, I enjoy my responsibility of cleaning the kitchen at home, and I don't know.
I
It's
kind of enjoy like shopping for lunches. That's kind of like fun to plan out all the lunches and whatever.
Mike Sanford asks, 7. I know it would be hard to describe editing video, which you do in town, which everybody else, while everybody else is relaxing, except maybe the laundry crew. But you can describe for the audience what you want your viewers to get.
I would like the viewers to get a good perspective on a family of 8 hiking the trail, and just to really capture every moment and every important moment of hiking the trail. Like sometimes it's drone footage, sometimes it's just like talking on the vlog, sometimes it's little GoPro shots of like things that are on the trail that are really cool. And yeah, it is really hard to edit the videos when everyone else is relaxing.
We're not
Not
relaxing.
everyone
Nobody
else is relaxing.
We're doing laundry. We're uploading. We're sorting out our stuff. We're drying stuff
And I
out.
have to sort out stuff and nice and nice.
And
Yeah,
shopping.
we do it for you. Yeah, you don't have to resupply.
Okay, fine. Well, you
Can you
still
read Julie
are.
Murphy's
Fine.
question? Murphy, right there.
Julie Murphy asks, how do you all get on sleeping in the same tent?
There's only 40 more days left. I think we'll be able to make it. The worst nights are when it rains and it's hot, so we have to have the rain fly over. It's like a sauna. But Seven just got his own tent, and we're gonna try that out, and that's very, very nice. A lot more spacious in here, but it's not that bad when we have the rain fly off. SJ Productions asks, Dove, if you weren't on the trail, what would you be doing? Job, school? Yeah, both of those. 7, how do you remain focused on editing and completing the vlogs in a timely manner?
On the trail, I figured out that 100% battery on the computer is 2 videos, so I would just relax one night, and then the next night I would just pound out 2 videos, and that would take probably 2 hours, which I just get a little less sleep than everyone else, and try to make it up in towns when we don't record videos and I don't have to edit.
Eden, do you get a grocery shopping budget before choosing meals and snacks? And how do you choose them?
No, I don't have a grocery shopping budget. Maybe that's a good idea. But I only do lunches. Memory does the snacks. I usually, I've been experimenting, learning what our family likes, how much people are going to eat, and yeah, and just learning along the way.
A question for Filia is, what is it like hiking when there's a thunderstorm happening? She's asleep.
If it's scary for me, it'd probably be really scary for her.
Yeah. Memory, how often do you journal and how much do you usually write?
At home, I don't actually usually write a lot. Here, it's even harder. We do all have our own journals, but I try to do it like, well, we're supposed to do it like once a day, but I try to do it like 3 times a week or something like that.
It's kind of like our only assignment is to journal every day. Okay, thank you for all the questions. We'll see you guys again tomorrow. And
I think it's time for Deb to go to bed. She's just repeating herself.
mature and amazing, mature and amazing.